back to this very hand. Got a few folds around. Now it's on Joe Winn. Who's got to be revved up by that last play. And he's going to raise here with a king 10.
How could you not be pumped after stealing a pot like that?
Erik Seidel now in the big blind is going to call this with a 6-7.
Well, Eric's got position on him, wants to see a flop here. Now flop comes king 5 deuce with 2 hearts. Joe flopping top pair here and checking.
That is right. No continuation bet. It's going to give the rope to Seidel, and Seidel is going to bite. He's going to try to bluff it at 125.
Oh, look at this, Vince.
Joe with a quick call.
Joe is walking the dog, as we say. You're checking to your opponent just to let them keep betting at the pot. Now there's 3 hearts on the board. Joe has top pair and a flush draw. Erik Seidel, of course, drawing completely dead. He's just going to try to keep bluffing at this pot. It's the only way he can win it.
Joe is checked into him again. Seidel going to push in more of his hard-earned money, 290. And Joe now just going to call.
He's just going to check and call all the way down here, Vince. That's what it looks like to me. Just walking the dog to perfection right now. Let's see what happens on the river. Board pairs deuces.
Seidel with nothing now. Does Joe come out with a little potential value bet? No, he's going to check again.
He's checked all the way. Not going to bet now. And here comes Erik Seidel. Wow, 825,000. Vince, you just wonder, has Joe Winn seen the movie Rounders? Does he know who this guy is? He's checked and called him on every street so far, and he's done it again, and rightly so. Wow. Vince, he won the max possible by checking to the aggressive Erik Seidel and letting him bluff his money off.
The telephone man is on speed dial. Take it down, Potts. And that is a big one. To the felt we go. Erik with the button with just a jack 3.
675.
He's going to take a shot at this with a nothing hand. 675 to go.
And this is his second WPT final table. Last time he was here, he finished 6th. Tonight he said he's going for it, doesn't care. Raises with junk here.
James out. Mukul, though, with ace 5 will make this call. Here come the first 3.
King 8-5 rainbow.
Mukul picking up 5s there is going to check.
He's got the bottom pair. Erik checks right behind him. A little surprised he wouldn't make a continuation bet there. Now a king comes off to pair the board. And again Mukul checks.
1 million.
And all of a sudden Erik's going to get busy here. And really busy with a $1 million bet. If you're sitting in Mukul's seat, you're saying, wouldn't this guy bet a pair, any kind of pair on the flop? I think he would have, so I'm going to call him with my bottom pair.
Well, his instincts are right so far. He's making this call. Going down to the river, and it's another king. Mukul's got to like that card.
Well, Mukul's got a full house, but it's bottom full house. And look at this. He's going to make a defensive bet, as we say, a blocker bet of 400,000 here into a pot that's got over 3.5 million in it. If you're sitting in Erik's seat, you're saying, you know this guy doesn't have much. Doesn't want me to bet at him.
2.4.
Wow.
So I am going to bet at him. 2 million more. 2.4 million now the bet. You see people standing up now. A lot of money going in there.
Erik fighting for this pot.
Yeah, there.
Well, Mukul's still puzzled why the guy wouldn't have bet the flop if he would have had a pair.
No shame in folding.
How trappy you getting on the flop? I'm not that guy, remember? I'm not that guy.
No shame in folding.
I know there's no shame in folding.
Erik would love to get this fold and outsmart Mukul.
Paid you big if you bet the flop. I don't think I could fold at this point if you had bet the flop.
I totally agree with Mukul's thought process here. It doesn't make sense why the guy didn't bet the flop, and now all of a sudden he's going crazy.
Well, this would be a great call, and he's going to make the great call.
He's gone with his gut instincts. It didn't make sense to him, so he made the call, and a good one it was by Mukul Pahuja. He extends his chip lead.
He worked the clothier right there.
Go bluff?
I know someone that can make the call as you.
What's that? I almost folded.
Gotta respect Erik's play for a non-professional player to be so aggressive, to have this kind of creativity and imagination.
It's folding around to Dietrich in the small blind.
Well, guess who's going to get serious? That's Dietrich because he's picked up jacks. And he's just called it. Sam behind him with 5-3.
And Sam checked behind him.
Here comes the flop.
Now flop comes 8-4-4. No help to either player. And here comes Dietrich betting the 2 jacks, 110,000.
You guys are all short stack beers.
And Sam floating here. No hand, no draw. Just calling to take the pot away from him later, but that might be tough to do as Dietrich has 2 jacks.
Well, now he's got a draw. Open-ended straight draw for Sam.
Well, Dietrich going to bet again. He's got jacks up. This time 225,000. And now with the open-end straight draw, Sam going to make the call.
Doesn't get there. Ace on the river, so Sam doesn't connect with the straight.
Well, Dietrich's not going to put him on an ace because he didn't raise before the flop, so he's going to try to get a value bet in here. 450,000.
And of course, we know Sam only with 5 high.
Vince, you cannot call, but surely you don't think a guy'd raise with 5 high here, do you?
Well, he's looking over his man.
Come on.
He has moved all in here.
Can I get a count, please?
What a play. That's the guy's risking his tournament life here.
Dietrich's not going to be able to call this. Dietrich's in a lot of pain. That's a lot of pain for Dietrich.
Dietrich has more chips than he does, meaning if Sam gets called here, he's going to be out in 4th place. But how do you make a call here for another 2.3 million with just 2 jacks?
If he feels like you're weak, he goes all in. He really take a chance.
You're dead right about that.
I played with him the other day, day before yesterday, 3 days ago. It was that. He has a good sense for the game, though.
His poker IQ is so high.
Well, he's looking, he's trying to get some tell, studying everything, his shoes and all.
It'd be the call of the year, Vince, if he makes it. And he's done it! Dietrich has made this call and going to win this pot with 2 jacks. Well, wow, what a play by Sam Soverel. Bluffed all his money off.
Every single player left at this table has over 60 big blinds, so we're not going to see any more just get it in pre-flop, jam it in, you know, hope I don't get called scenarios, but a lot more guys 3-betting, 4-betting.
Well, here we go. Action goes to Mike, the mouth Matusow, and he picks up ace-10. And he's going to raise, makes it 70,000 to go into the New Yorker, Alan Sternberg.
How much are you playing with? 1.8.
He's got a pair of 4s, and he is going to make the call. WPT champion Vivek Rajkumar folding, and our chip leader Stephen Kelly also out. To the flop we go. And the flop comes up 9-9 king.
Pretty good-looking flop for Alan. He knows that Mike is probably going to bet that flop a lot, but also is going to bet that flop every time he didn't connect with it.
He is making the continuation bet, 85,000. And Alan Sternberg going to stick around with the 4s. Turn card, 6 of clubs.
Pretty safe card all around for Alan.
Now will Matusow fire again? No, he slows down. Gonna check.
Yeah, I don't like double barreling here. I like him going ahead and checking.
And look who's gonna bet now. Alan Sternberg with the 4s.
Fires in about a 3rd pot to sort of protect his hand. So a lot of overcards could actually end up connecting for Matusow.
Yeah, but wow. Matusow not going anywhere. In fact, he's gonna raise. Makes it 325,000.
Not a big fan of this re-raise, Vince. I really don't feel he's representing very many hands here. You wouldn't check raise a king most of the time on this turn, so it's basically a huge hand or nothing.
Now Alan with just a pair of 4s.
Alan also not convinced.
No, he's not. A nice call by Alan. Down to the river we go. It's a 3 of hearts. Helps neither player.
It's a total brick for a river, so whatever Alan's calling with, unless it's a big draw, it's still safe on the river. So I hope that Mike doesn't follow through with this one. I think he should abandon ship.
Oh boy, you can't kick him under the table here because he is betting. $500,000 goes out.
I so don't believe this.
Yeah, and again, I'm not a fan of this bet here, Vince. By betting $500,000 into a pot of $1 million, he's laying Alan Sternberg 3-1 to make a call in a spot where he's not really representing very many hands.
You could be bluffing with a better hand than I have.
Is Alan onto it? He made a great call on the turn. Matusow would just love him to just fold. He'd feel so good about this. Will Alan comply?
Sixes, maybe?
Alan used to work in a record
Was
store,
it 500?
and now he's playing poker on TV for millions. Whoa, he's making a great call. Matusow turns up his measly ace-10.
And this is the problem when you try and run a bluff line where you're representing a very narrow range of hands. People who are willing to call down and think about what you're holding and representing simply aren't going to believe it.
Was that the blow-up? Was that the acclaimed Mike Matusow blow-up? I think that was